Right. Okay, that's working now. Now, lesson number 8. Now, in lesson number 8, now the exercise 1, I would like you to, Sister Sadiqa, do question number 1.
Okay. أين الطلاب الجدد? Where are the new students?
Why are you saying question? Why is the word al-jududu coming with at-tullabu? Can I not say aina at-tullabu al-jadidu? Would that be correct if I said that? Aina at-tullabu al-jadidu. Why does it have to be al-jududu, which is the plural of al-jadidu?
Because at-tullabu is a plural. So the jududu, the new, has to be plural as well. Just to correspond with the tullabu.
Correct, because the adjective al-jududu is an adjective, and at-tullabu it's a adjective it's a noun for intelligent beings.
Yeah.
And the adjective also comes in the plural. But if the actual adjective is coming for a non-living thing, then the adjective will come in the singular feminine.
Feminine form.
Excellent, excellent. Then, so what will be the missing verb of dhahaba? What should we put there? So at-tullabu al-jududu is plural. So which one would we use?
Zahabu ila al-mudiri.
Correct. Dhahabu ila al-mudiri. Excellent. Number 2, Dr. Mustafa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Unmute yourself, doctor.
Ask you on page 77, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Nahnu ilal mal'ab. Nahnu zahabna ilal mal'abi.
Excellent. Nahnu dhahabna ila al-mal'abi. We went to the playground. Excellent. Jazakallah. Sister Ma'suma Hassan. Number 3. Aina.
أين داش بعد الدرس يا إخواني أين ذهبتم؟
أين ذهبتم يا إخواني. Correct. Jazakallah. And number 4, who did I say that to? Go ahead, doctor, as you're on the mic.
It's for me?
Yeah, go ahead. Bismillah, I don't mind.
إلى السوق اليوم أذهبت إلى السوق اليوم.
No, not ذهبت. ذهبت means I went.
Also, ذهبت إلى الفلك السوق اليوم يا أبي.
Excellent. Excellent. ذهبت. Did you go to the market today, oh my father? Correct. Ahsantum. Very good. Next person, Sister Sharaban Okhaku.
I can't see. Okay. أنا ما ذهبت إلى المكتبة اليوم.
Excellent. What does that mean? Ana, whenever ma comes with a past tense, it comes in the meaning of not.
I did not go to the market today.
Correct. Next person, Sister Sakina.
أمي ذهبت إلى المستشفى. My mother went to the hospital.
Excellent. My mother went to the hospital. أمي ذهبت إلى المستشفى. Correct. Sister Zamina. Number.
Because she's a female.
No, because أمي ذهبت. Because my mother, she went. So be أمي.
Oh, my mother.
Yeah. ذهبت إلى المستشفى. Sister Zamina. Number 7.
أذهبت لزيارة خالتكن يا بناتي.
So what is it you're going to use here?
ذهبتي.
Now, okay, now it's good that you made that mistake. Now let's work out together. Ya banati, all my daughters. So is it one daughter you're talking to, or are you talking to a group of daughters?
A group of daughters.
So when you're talking to a group of daughters, would the habti be correct? The habti means one female.
No, sorry, so ذهبتن.
Correct. أذهبتن لزيارة.
أذهبتن لزيارة خالتكن يا بناتي.
Correct. Sister Huma, inshallah, you are feeling better.
Okay. number 8, right?
Yes. So أخي إلى المطار. So something, my brother.
ذهب أخي إلى المطار.
Excellent. ذهب أخي إلى المطار. So remember one thing, whenever there is a verb, so remember this, please, this point. Whenever there is a noun, it has the meaning of my father, my mother. If it's masculine, then you use the singular feminine verb. Abi dhahaba. If it's my brothers, which is plural, then use a plural. Dhahabu. Sorry. So be ikhwani dhahabu ila al-madrasati. And if it's my sisters, which is plural, then use a third person form. Akhawati dhahabna ila al-madrasati. So remember that whenever there is a noun and it has a possessive pronoun my, if it's singular masculine, then we use a singular masculine third person form. If it's plural, like ikhwani, which is plural, we use dhahabu. And if it's sisters, then it'd be akhawati dhahabna. And if it's my sister, one sister, then it'd be ukhti dhahabat. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That is a really I can remember last time we were making this mistake when we were using my, and we were using the second person, the habda and the habdi. You can't use that because when you say my brother, my sister, they're on the third form. They are not present, they're absent, and you're talking about them. So that is correct, Sister Huma. Dhahaba akhi ila al-matari. Correct. MashaAllah. Sister Sadia Shirazi. Bismillah. Come on the mic. Number 9.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. I just joined there, Lama Sahab.
No problem.
So this is, we have to do that verbs.
Yes.
We have to provide verbs.
Yeah,
the verbs are provided or not provided there, no?
The verb is
Zahaba is the word we have to use in there?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So number 9 is ahawati dash ilal kaliyati. My sister, kuliyati means
college.
Colleges, okay. My sisters.
So
my sister means they went.
Correct.
Zahabna.
Correct.
Ilal kulliyati. They went to the college.
Correct.
A dash ilal madrasati ya Aishatu. Did dash.
We're talking about Aisha.
Yeah, Aisha. So it will be zahabat.
No,
zahabna. No. Just a second. Zahaba, zahab, ba, zahabu, zahabat.
So no? So when you're talking, it's an oh Aisha. Is that person in present? When you say oh Aisha, so it's a person.
It is present.
Exactly. So you have to use a verb which is for the second person, not for the third person.
Third person. Okay. So it is you. So it will be zahabti.
Correct.
Zahabti ilal madrasati ya Aishati.
Excellent.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Next person I will ask Sister Mukarrama. And mashallah, Sister Zainul Ramdi is here as well. So Sister Mukarrama, let's do 1 and 2. And what you need to do, fill in the blanks with the suitable verbs in the past tense. So
Sheikh, I just needed to ask one question.
Yes.
In the rules for this, when the person comes before, so the verb will follow. So if 2 or 3 people, it will follow, the verb will follow the.
Excellent.
If the verb comes before the people, is it the same ruling?
You've asked a very good question. I've mentioned this a few sessions ago, but I'll mention this again. It's a very good question you asked. The ruling is this: if the verb comes first, then you can have singular verb and 3 individuals with it. For example, Dhahaba Aliyun wa Hamzatu wa Hasanu ilal madrasati. So you have 3 individuals, but you're using the singular verb. That is allowed.
Okay.
And also, you can do this as well. You can also have the singular verb as long as the doer is coming after the verb. You can have plural as well. So you can also say, ذهب المسلمون. ذهب المسلمون. So the Muslims went.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
And same is the case with females. So you could say, ذهبت البنت, the daughter went, or you could say ذهبت فاطمة وزينب ورقية. Fatima, Sukaina, and Ruqayya went. That's correct. Or you can also do, you can have a plural noun for the feminine as long as it comes after the verb. For example, if we said ذهبت المسلمات, المسلمات, that is correct as well. Or ذهبت المسلمات.
Okay. So both can be done. Either
Yes.
you can put a singular verb if the noun comes after it, or
Yes.
you can put according to the noun.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good question for good revision.
Okay, fast rule. I didn't know both applied.
Yeah, I think I taught you this in book 2, but that's a long time ago. And I think I did mention it when we did one of the lessons earlier, but that's good. Repetition is good because it reminds us and keeps us awake. Right, now, before I do this, these are the verbs. So, kharaja, he exited, jalasa, he sat, sami'a, he heard, shariba, he drank, dakhala, he entered, hafidha, he memorized, akaltum, and now I'm not translating to the actual verb. Akaltum means you ate, fataha, he opened, fahim, tunna, you understood, katabta, you wrote, ghasalta, ghasalat, she washed, laibu, they played, dakhala, he entered, varabat, he hit, she hit. So sami'a, he heard, sharibtunna, they all, females, drank. So the reason why I'm doing this is because this exercise requires you to know some verbs. So the first one says mukarrama waji, which I gave you. Can you do this for me, please?
Yes. As-sami'a al-azana ya Muhammad. Did you hear the azan, O Muhammad?
Asami'a al-adhana, ya Muhammad, did you hear the adhan? Correct. And number 2 as well, yes.
Nahnu la'ibna kurrata sallati al-yawma.
Nahnu la'ibna, we played, kurrata sillati. So kurrata is coming with a fatha because it is the
fa'il.
not the fa'il, kurrata. It's the object.
It's the object.
That's the reason why it has a fatha.
Oh, okay, it's the object of the playing. Right. Okay.
Good, Jazakallah. Next person I'm going to ask, I think Sister Zainab Ramji, and then after that, Sister Sukaina Khalfan, inshallah.
Maulana, can you explain? I don't understand the meaning of Qurrata Sa'at.
Okay, so Qurra, it means basket. So Qurra means ball. Salla means basket, means basketball.
Oh, basketball.
So Nahnu la'ibna kurrata sallati al-yawma. We played basketball today. So la'iba, la, ain ba is the verb. Right, Sister Zainab Ramji, Bismillah.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. So let's read the Arabic, what's available on the screen, even though there's a gap there. So let's understand what word would be suitable.
Yeah, Gasalti, Kumsani, Wamanadili, Ya Ummi.
Excellent.
So, did you wash my shirt? No. Manadil is what?
So kamisun and kumsan is the plural of kamisun. Shirts and mindilun,
handkerchief.
Handkerchiefs, correct.
Handkerchief. Oh, my mother.
Yep. Ghasalti, yeah. Did you wash my shirt and my handkerchiefs or my mother? Correct. Number 4.
Okay. Something al-mudiru darsa ala sabura. The headmaster taught on the board. Is it?
Al-mudiru ad-darsa ala sabur. Right. Wrote.
Darasa.
So the board is being used. So you normally write on the board. So you say that the actual principal
writing.
No, wrote past tense. The principal wrote on the lesson on the board.
So kataba.
Correct. Kataba al-mudiru.
Al-mudiru darsa ala saburati.
Excellent. Barakallah. Next one, Sister Sadiqa Asaria. Thank you for sending the homework, Sister Sadiqa and Sister Mukarrama, and there was 1 or 2 other students as well. Number 5 and 6. So Ana.
Okay. Ana something verbal firstly. So I
Opened.
The door to the first. Opened is sorry. Fataha, so it'll be fatahtu. Would it be ana fatahtu?
Ana fatahtu, yep.
Babal firstly.
Correct.
Wa Hamidu wa Hishamu wa Bilalu. Something.
So how many students are there? There are 3 students, Hamid, Hashim, and Bilal. So they opened the windows. How would you say that?
So open again, it's fatah, so they'll be.
Has to be plural. Cannot be singular.
Fatahu.
Excellent. So Hamidun wa Hishamun wa Bilalun.
Fatahu.
Excellent. Correct. Number 6.
Something ad-darsal jadida, so the new lesson. Jayidan ya banati. Did.
So the word is learn. Did you learn the new lesson well? So jayyid means well. O daughters.
So it will be
hafiza. The verb is hafiza. Ha, fa, ra. Hafiza.
So it will be hafizti.
So remember, banato is plural. So the verb has to be in a plural form for the second person.
Yeah, so hafizti, is it?
Hafizti is singular, you need the plural for that. You all females.
Oh, sorry. Hafiztunna.
Excellent. Hafiztunna. Continue.
Okay. Hafiztunna ad-darsal jadida jayidan ya banatu.
Excellent. MashaAllah, you're doing really well, Sister Sadiqa. Sister Sadiqa Asaria. MashaAllah, you're doing very well. Ahsanti. Next one, Sister.
Next question.
Yes.
Instead of a hafiz tunna, can one put a fahim tunna darsal jadidi jayidan ya banati?
That's perfectly fine. It makes sense as well. Afahim tunna. Did you understand the new lesson well, O daughters? Correct. Fahima yafhamu. Did you understand? Correct, Sister Mukarrama. Okay, Sister Zahra Jamal. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because you missed last week's lesson as well.
Okay. Zamilati kharajna min al-fasli ba'da ad-darsi.
Correct.
My colleagues exited from the classroom after the lesson. Qara'atum al-Qur'ana ba'da salat al-fajri ya abnai. Did you recite the Quran after the Salah of Fajr, O my sons?
Correct.
Akhi qara'a Surat al-Rahman.
Correct.
My brother recited Surat al-Rahman.
Mm-hmm.
Ana bahastu an qalami walakinni ma wajadtuhu.
Ana bahathtu bahatha ba Hafa, for those who don't know this word, which means to search, find.
I
Hafa.
searched from my pen.
The former pen. So un
For
here.
my pen.
Yep.
And however, I did not find it.
So ma wajada means he wajadtuhu, I found it. Because the ma is coming with the past tense, it changes to past tense negative. So ma wajadtuhu, I did not find it, or did not find it yet.
Okay. More?
How many done? You done?
What word did you use for search?
Ba tha.
Fara'a.
No, bahatha.
I'll write it in the chat.
So sister is writing back in chat so that you're able to know
Is
this.
that correct? Bahastu?
Yes. Correct. Bahattu. Right. Number 11 and 12. I'm going to ask Sister Sharabano Khaku. Can you do that, please?
Okay, I'll try. 11 is man dash hazihil hayyata. Man. I don't understand the question. Man.
Who's going to translate this for me?
Who dash this hayyata? I don't know what's hayyata.
Like.
Yep, go ahead, Zara.
Who killed this snake?
Correct.
Man qatala hazihil hayyati.
So the word hayyata is snake. So the question is man. So whenever man comes, we always translate in the question, the verb in the third form. Man qatala. Who killed hadhil hayyata? Who killed this snake? Sharabanu, continue. Number 12. So al kahwata ya Maryamu. Something, the coffee, O Maryam.
Did you drink the coffee?
Yep. So Maryam is one person and the person in front of you. So you need to use the verb for the second person. Asharib.
Asharibti.
Correct.
Asharibti al kahwata ya Maryam. Did you drink the coffee, O Maryam?
Okay. Excellent. And number 13. Okay, 13 and then 14. I will ask Sister Sadia. Can you do that, please?
Zumalai.
Al-mawza is banana.
Mauza, banana, yeah. So 8 banana. My colleagues, Zumalai, Akalu.
Correct.
Al-mauza wa ana akaltu.
Correct.
Inaba means grape, and I ate grapes.
I ate the grapes, correct. Zumalai.
Zumalai, Akalu, we said there. My colleagues ate banana and I ate grape.
Correct.
Dash Fatima, just a second, it's not coming very clear. Dash Fatima tu bintuha bil asa. Dash Fatima tu bintuha bil asa with stick.
With a stick.
To me hit.
Yeah.
Fatima hit her daughter. Fatima Zarabtu? No, Zarabat.
Correct.
Fatima tu bintuha bilasa.
Fatima Zarabat Fatima bintaha bil asa. Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. Now this lesson I will explain for everyone. Sister Maksuma, would you be able to explain this, what's happening here, or do you want me to explain?
Let me have a quick look. No, Sheikh. Can you explain, please?
That's fine. Now, what is doing here on this page itself is trying to remind you that each verb of the 14 forms for the past tense, they have a suffix attached to it which represents who is performing the action. There are two verbs which don't have any pronouns which are attached to it, which represents who's performing. They are hidden. So in dhahaba, it says dhamirun mustatirun. So dhahaba, it's just a verb and it has no suffixes attached to it which represents who is performing the action. So the pronoun huwa is hidden. So dhamir is pronoun, mustatirun means hidden. Huwa pronoun is hidden in dhahaba. And in dhahabu, the waw here, which is added after the ba, is the waw, is the one which indicates who is performing the action, which is a third person hum. And in dhahabat, this ta, which is added on dhahabat, this is not a pronoun, but this is a sign of feminine. So the sign of the doer is dhamirun mustatirun, as it says there. Dhamirun mustatirun, which is hidden in the dhahabat. And in the dhahabna,
how did you translate that, Sheikh? Zamirun mustatirun?
Dhamirun means a pronoun, mustatirun means hidden pronoun.
Okay.
And then dhahabna, the noon with a fatha which has been added, this noon is representing hunna. They all females went. And then ta, which is added to the second person singular, dhahabta, is the one which represents anta, you one male. And dhahabtum, the tum is the suffix which has been added, which represents you all masculine. That is the sign of plural. And in dhahabti, the T is the sign of you one single female. And in dhahabtunna, the tunna is the sign of the plural for females. And in dhahabtu, I, and in dhahabna, na is the sign of we. So that is that. Okay, now let me ask Sister Ma'suma, just translate all of these verbs according to their meanings, please.
Okay. Kharajtu, I exited. Jalasna, they sat.
We sat.
We sat, sorry. Sami'ati, she listened.
Not she listened. Samiti, you one female.
Okay, you listened, sorry. You listened. And then Sharibtuna, they drank for females. Dakhalu, they entered for males. Sorry, it's not clear.
Hafidna.
Okay, Hafidna, they memorized or we memorized?
Hafidna, they memorized.
They memorized. Akaltum, you ate.
Correct.
Fataha, he opened. Fahamtunna, you understood for female. Katabta, you wrote. Ghasalat,
correct.
She washed.
Correct.
La'ub, how do you pronounce this?
La'ibu.
La'ibu. Okay, I think this is they played.
Correct.
Dakhala, he entered.
Correct.
And Zarabat, she hit.
Correct. Zarabat, she hit. Ahsanti. And then same things are happening here. We added dhahab, there's ta, dhahabta, dhahabti, dhahabtu, dhahabtunna. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing important in that exercise there. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing. Any questions in regards to that lesson itself before we move on? There's nothing that's pending which no one understands. We've done this lesson. We've done these verb conjugations before, so it's perfectly fine for everyone. Yes?
Sheikh, what is the meaning of isnad in the points to remember? It says here we review the Madi with isnad.
Where? Which page?
Page 80. The last page of the.
There is a revision. Here we reviewed the Madi with isnad to all of the pronoun except those of dual. The isnad to the pronouns of the dual is treated fully in book 5. So the word isnad, it means connection or relation. That's what isnad means. The connection with the verbs itself together. That's what isnad means. So the connection.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, right. This is a long lesson. So what we'll do, we will go through the points to remember first, and I will, there's 11 points to remember in this lesson. So what we'll do, we'll do half of them today and half of them next week. So I'm going to ask Sister Sakina to do the number 1, and then number 2 I'll ask Sister Zahra. Then go ahead, Sister Sakina. Okay, she signed out. Sister Damina, can you come on the mic?
Yes.
Go ahead.
In this lesson, we learn the following. The nasab, ending of the sound feminine plural. We have learned earlier that the normal nasab, ending of a noun, is the a. For example, Innal bayta jadidun. Certainly the house is new.
So why is it innal bayta jadid? Why can you not say innal baytu jadidun? Why is it with a fatha?
Because it's the ism of the inna.
Exactly, and jadidun is the
Khabar of inna.
excellent, correct.
Qara'atul kitaba. So I listened to the book. Now we learn that the nasab ending of a noun in the sound feminine plural form is I instead of a. For example, Ra'aytul abna'a wal banati. I saw the sons and the daughters.
Correct.
In this sentence, both abna'a and al-banati are objects of the verb ra'aytu, and so they are mansur. The noun al-abna'a has a regular a ending, but the noun al-banati has the I ending because it is found feminine plural, which ends in art.
Correct. So what it's trying to say here, the word, we did this last time about 5 lessons ago. I spoke about the sound feminine plural. That the sound feminine plural, when it comes in the state of nasb and jar, it doesn't take a fatha. Instead of taking a fatha, it takes a kasra, as it's shown here. Ra'aytu al-abna'a wal-banati. So ra'aytu, who is seeing the son and the daughters?
I.
So al-abna is getting a fatha, but it's the object and it's a standard noun. But al-banat, because it's a plural feminine noun, instead of getting a fatha in the mansub case, it gets a kasra.
Okay, but it's also an object as well.
Yes, and it's an object as well, correct.
Here are some more examples. خلق الله السماوات والأرض. Allah created the heavens and the earth. قرأت الكتب والصحف والمجلات.
So, Karen, translate and then I'll mention.
I read the books, the newspapers, and the magazines.
So here, khalaqallahu, Allah created as-samawati. So as-samawati is not mudaf ilay. It's not coming after a preposition that is as-samawati. It's coming after Allah. Allah is the doer of creation, and as-samawat is the object of Allah's creation. And it's a samawati, and wal arda, it's a standard noun, and that's the reason why it gets a fatha when it is an object of a verb. Correct?
Okay. Innal ikhwata wal akhawati fil bayti. Indeed, the brothers and sisters are at home.
Correct.
Remember that the nasab and jar endings are the same in the sound feminine plural form. For example, inna talibati fil fil hafilati. Indeed, the female students are in the bus. Here at-talibati is mansur because of inna, and al-hafilati is majroor because of the preposition fi, but both have the I ending.
Excellent. So here, in at-talibati, as you know, inna, whenever inna comes, what does inna do?
Makes it mansur.
Mansub. So the kasra at-talibati is in place of the fatha. And fil hafilati, why is it getting a kasra?
Because it's the ism majroor.
By?
The fi.
Excellent. And in both, so in the case of nasab and jar, in the accusative and genitive case, both of these nouns, the plural sound, feminine plural, gets a kasra instead of a fatha in the accusative case. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes, Sheikh.
Correct. Okay. Sister Zahra, can you read number 2?
We have learned that ra'aytuka means I saw you, and ra'aytuhu means I saw him. Now we learn the use of the pronoun of the first person, me. Note the following. Ra'aytani, you saw me. Khalaqanillahu. Khalaqanillahu. Allah created me. Sa'alnil mudarrisu. The teacher asked me. The pronoun of the first person is only I. Is that I?
Yep.
But an N is added between the verb and the pronoun I so that the final vowel of the verb may not be affected due to I. As we know, you saw is ra'ayta for masculine and ra'ayti for feminine. If we say ra'ayta'i, the Arabic phonetic system requires the omission of the vowel A or I before the pronoun I. So the verb in both cases will become ra'ayti'i.
Yep.
And the difference between the masculine and feminine will be lost. That is why an N is inserted between the verb and the pronoun I, ra'aytani. This noon is called the noon of protection, noonul wiqaya, because it protects the final vowel of the verb from omission.
Correct.
Third one?
Third one, I'll ask, who should I ask? Sister Uma, are you able to read?
Okay, thank you, sir. How to say in Arabic, how beautiful is the car? What a beautiful car this is. This is expressed in Arabic by ma ajmala hazihi as-siyarata. This is called fa'lu at-tajubi, the verb of the wonder, and has the form ma'afalatu.
Ma'af'alahu.
Ma'afalahu. One can use the pronoun who or any other pronoun in the accusative case, or replace it by a mansub noun. Example.
I'll explain this now. Now it says that the who hiss itself is in the accusative. So here, ma ajmala, ma af'ala is coming. So who is not coming? So hadhihi sayyarata is coming with a fatha. So you have a hadhihi sayyarata, ismul ishara, and a noun, and it's mansub. So this is an example. Instead of having who, you bring a ismul ishara and a noun, and the second noun, which is part of hadhihi, because whenever after hadha or hadhihi there's alif lam, that noun becomes emerged with hadhihi, and it becomes one word. So hadhihi sayyarata. So how beautiful is this car? So this car is the object. And then over here now, Sister Huma, ma atyaba.
Ma atyabaka, how good are you? Ma afraha, how poor is she?
Correct.
Afaqr, how poor she is.
Mhm.
Ma aksar al-najuma, how numerous are the stars. Ma ashala hazal darsa, how easy this lesson is.
Jazakallah, thank you. And number 4, I will ask.
Sheikh, quick question. So
Yep.
we said like ma also means no as well. So in this fiqh case, is it whenever the ma is in front of an adjective that we kind of use this form of the definition?
Explain that again.
Like ma also means no's sometimes in sentences. So this form of ma is not meaning no, it's meaning.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So when ma comes with the past tense, like ma qara'tuhu, I did not read it, then it comes in the meaning of negation. That's correct.
Yeah.
And now the other ma, which comes on the pattern of any verb which has af'ala, whenever it's ma af'ala, this pattern, ma atyabaka, ma afkaraha. So whenever it comes on this template or this pattern, it does not come in the meaning of negation, but it comes in the meaning of expression of astonishment or amazement.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Good question you've asked. That's a good
So,
question.
Sheikh, this af'ala is the form for verb, or it's just an expression used with ma?
It's an expression, and it's a form. It is a form for on that pattern, but it's a format of expression which you can feel at the ta'ajjub.
And we can also say that whenever form for verb in the past tense comes with ma, it acts as a verb of wonder.
Don't say for form 4 because it's not form 4 as such. It's just a pattern. Ma af'ala is not form. It does not have present tense as such. It only comes in the past tense form.
Okay.
So does it mention that it's on the pattern of ma af'ala?
Okay.
Yeah, just ma af'ala.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. So let's bring Sister Sadiqa and read number 4. Sister Sadiqa Jafar, number 4.
We have learnt in book 2 that the noun after ya takes only one dhamma. Example, ya hamidu, ya bilalu, ya ustadhu, ya waladu. Now if the noun after ya is mudhaf, it is mansub. Example, ya binta bilalin, or daughter of Bilal. Ya Ukhta Muhammadin, or sister of Muhammad. Ya Aina Akhi, or son of my daughter.
Ya ibna.
Ya Ibna Akhi, or son of my brother. Ya Rabbal Ka'bati, or Lord of the Kaaba. Ya
Abdullah.
Ya Abdullah, or servant of Allah. Ya Aba Bakri, Bakri.
Yep.
Or Abu Bakr, or literally, or father of Bakr. Note that the mansub form of Ya Aba is Abu. Ya Rabbana, O our Lord.
Right. So the main thing in this point number 4 is that the word, whenever ya comes with a definite noun, Hamidun, Bilalun, it loses its tanween and it comes with one dhamma. Ya Hamidu, Ya Bilal, Ya Ustadhu. However, if that is a noun which is mudhaf ilay, bintu Bilalin, ukhtu Muhammadin, Rabbal Ka'bati, Abdullahi. So what happens is that the word ya, this is a really important point. The word ya is an abbreviation of I am calling you. When you say oh daughter of Bilal, when you say oh daughter, you're actually saying ad'u. Ad'u binta Bilal. I am calling daughter of Bilal. Does that make sense? So when you say ya is an abbreviation of a verb, ad'u. Da'a, da'a. which is past tense, ad'u, I am calling. So that's the reason why whenever a word after ya is mudaf, mudaf ilay, the first word, which is the mudaf, it will lose its dhamma to a fatha. Ya binta Bilal, ya ukhta Muhammad, ya ibna akhi, ya rabb al-Ka'bati, ya Abdullah, being originally ya Abdullah. Is that clear?
Yes.
Meaning it acts as an object in the place of object.
That's right. It acts in the ya acts as a verb, as I, and the noun which comes after ya, it's an object for ya itself. Is that clear?
Is ya possessing them then?
Not possessing them. It's possessing. It can be possessive. No, it's not possessing. It's ya is acting like a verb, and it is meaning of I am calling you, and what's coming after it, in Arabic it's called munada. Munada means a person who's been called.
Called, yeah.
Yeah, and the word you may remember the word abun and akhun. Whenever they come, mudaf, mudaf ilay, because the name of Abu Bakr is normally Abu Bakr. It's with alif ba waw. That is the ruling. So whenever mudaf, mudaf ilay word abun and akhun comes, there's a waw inserted between between Bakr and the actual ba itself. And because now ya is coming, and that changes it into the mansub case, instead of the waw, the mansub case of the word abun and akhun is changing the waw, which is in place of the dhamma, and it gets a fatha instead. So ya Aba Bakrin. Is that clear? I did this before as well.
Yeah.
So normally Abu Bakrin, that is the case of raf, but when ya comes, the way you show the actual fatha on the word Abu Bakr is changing the waw to an alif, and it becomes ya Aba Bakrin.
Yeah.
And then ya Rabbana, oh our Lord.
Sheikh, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So instead of Ya Aba Bakr,
Yep.
if there was Ahu, right?
Yep.
Alif, Kha, Waw.
Yep.
We could say Ya Akha Muhammad.
Ya Akha Muhammad, yeah.
Okay.
Ya Akha Muhammad, ahsanti. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajahum. Jazakallah khair al-jazaa. MashaAllah. Sister Zainab, was that okay for you? Sister Zainab Ramji and the rest of the class? Clear? I will go through all of this grammar again once I finish book 3. Don't worry, it's not the end of all grammar lessons. After this book, I'm going to go through all of grammar, finish off everything in grammar, and then prepare yourself for the next phase. So don't worry about it. If you still need more practice, I'll give you more practice in the next phase, inshallah. Any questions from anyone? No? Okay, that's fine. If anyone wants to join the next session, I'll have a session in about 15 minutes for Africa. They're on lesson number 4, I think. So message me, I'll send you the link if you want to join in. Okay, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajhum. Jazakallah khair al-jazaa.
Sheikh, the other class you used to do that was ahead, one lesson ahead. You're not doing that anymore?
I am doing that class. That's going to be at 8:30. That's
8:30 UK time.
UK time, yeah. That's going to be 11:30 Dubai time.
Okay.
Okay.